We're gonna.
Right
Let's
on.
go. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone out there. Paul, you got the green on. You got the pink Stewart on.
It's just contrast. It's actually.
Has that light always been green, or did you make it green for today?
Oh, I got all kinds of little. I'm like a Christmas guy. Look at that, right? Whee!
Oh, yeah, Devil Square. Nice.
But it is not Christmas. It's Irish Christmas. All right.
There we go.
Right on. So let's do it from the top. Hello and welcome to season 2, episode 31. A weekly demonstration and discussion with pumpkin carvers, sculptors, and multi-talented artists. This is Carvers and Creators. We ask that you please give us a like and a follow on the platform you're watching us on, and let us know in the comments where you're watching from. And if you have any comments and questions for our carvers and our special guest, let's meet the carvers. First, he's an artist and sculptor from Boston, Massachusetts. He's a 2019 champion of Food Network's Outrageous Pumpkins. Paul Dever, welcome.
Hey.
Hey. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Matey.
You got the perfect look. That's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Aye, Seamus. Aye.
Next, he rushed here with a cross-country flight from Washington, D.C. just to be here tonight. He's a multimedia sculpture artist from Tucson, Arizona, and a finalist on Halloween Wars 2019 on the Food Network. Matt Harper.
But is he really here?
Yes. Am I? Or is this an illusion like Doug Henning used to do? Yeah.
It's very green screeny to me.
Anything for the show. I would have flown here myself if the plane wasn't available. But
with that wingspan, I'm sure you could.
Oh,
big fella.
Exactly.
Such a big fella.
Our scheduled guest, Rob Berman, was not able to make it tonight, but we have a great, talented friend of the show who we're excited to have back here tonight. He's a creature designer specializing in high-quality sculpture, latex masks, busts, and props. Please welcome back Jonathan Fuller.
Woo!
Yes.
The machine.
The machine.
The
Absolutely.
Machine.
La Máquina.
So, dude, I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, this is like a cool happy accident. You know, we rescheduled. Rob's being like a hero right now, taking care of a friend, and he's in Oregon where there is zero internet connection. And you know, not all heroes wear capes because somebody stepped up to the plate, and thank God, because we've been dying to get him back. So this is just like a good happy accident.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And he sculpts clay faster than we carve squash. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what? I think I might have a pumpkin. I gotta find it. I tried what you guys do. I'll have to share my pictures with you guys. It might be on my Instagram. I'm not sure, but I did try it.
I thought you were going to say you had a pumpkin like candy. I'm like, what?
No.
Oh, hey, look at this handsome guy.
Yeah, well, yeah. My name is Michael Mondragon. I'll be running the show, moderating comments, and chiming in from time to time. Let's check out our cards from last week. Our wheel spin came up with an irritated primate. Paul,
that's crazy.
Tremendous stuff here.
There's something with the eyes. He's just, I don't know.
Those gums are crazy. Those gums look, There's so much, the fleshiness. It just blows. It just, I don't know how you do it.
I wish you could see that more, because that's what I was kind of most proud of, because of how deep I could get on it. And I don't know. I'm just a pessimist, but it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to be optimistic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you all three.
Paul, when you posted this one, I was like, shit. I have that every time. I'm like, damn it, that's good. And I saw the same thing, Jonathan. The inside of the mouth like that. Yeah. I don't even know how you did that, because I'm picturing, like, I know there's got to be some trickery with cameras or something, but that looks too damn like amazing. And like you said, the skin and the way you did like the tendrils of hair and stuff are just it's all good, Paul. So don't beat yourself. This is a good one, really good one.
Well, you guys are too kind.
Yeah, I don't want you to start picking up clay, dude, because if you start getting clay like this, I'm not helping you anymore. stuff.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I need you. I need you.
You might be out. Yeah.
You complete me. Yeah.
You complete me. You complete me.
Yeah.
And we're all a team here. We're all a team. We all help each other out.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
That's
love
not bad. I wish I could remember who that reminds me of. I've seen that face.
I thought the same thing.
It's got. Didn't he have like a hat or like a thing that came down like a tassel? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm picturing it now too. This does look like somebody from like some movie, like some animated, maybe animated. I don't know. Maybe it was live action with a. Anyway.
Yeah,
it reminds me of like Baron. If Baron Munchausen was like a macaw monkey or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
It's very like he's got that Pirates of Penzance look. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. He's
super
like,
animated.
This guy doing the dance.
Yeah, that's right. And he comes and he's mischievous and there's something. You're right. I'm gonna find out who that character is, but now I'm like it's now coming to me that I probably channeled it from somewhere.
Yeah.
You have
something Nordic, something definitely like Viking or Nordic or something from like a Sound of Music or I don't know, something like that.
The Vikings and the Sound of Music.
Some Disney, something, who knows?
Yeah.
You have this ability with hair. It's crazy how good you can do hair.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
I try to avoid it like the plague, and you just embrace it to the point where
that's cool.
It's freaking awesome. Like how smooth the under the cheeks, and then it just goes right into the hair. The lines, dynamite.
Well, this one was super fun because like I looked at a reference after the fact, and I saw that their faces are kind of framed with skin, and then the rest is at least this kind of monkey, Otto von Bismarck.
Yeah, we might have.
He looks like an Otto von Bismarck. If you made that up, that's his new name.
Yeah,
he's a Baron von something.
Yeah,
but my favorite part was as I went outside of like the orange center and left this part, it had this natural like two-tone look. So the outside of it is closer to the surface, so it kind of looks like it's blonder hair somehow.
Yeah, it does. Right on the tip. It's like frosted.
Happy accident too. So
yeah, he's got frosted tips.
I used to have frosted tips.
Yes.
Thank you, fine people.
I hate to admit it.
Yeah, the 90s, man. The 90s was all about the frosted tips.
Yeah, I think everyone had them at one point.
The mullets coming back.
We all went through a phase.
Yeah, mullets are back. Holy shit!
Yeah,
exactly. I outclassed everybody's mullet. I may show the picture one day, but
when you're ready to do it. When you're ready to do it.
Back in high school.
Oh.
I don't want to try and you probably do have about a mullet, but I think we could have a fun let's show the mullet photo.
Okay, we should have a mullet off for sure, and it will be fun. That'd be fantastic, and it will be a definitely embarrassing moment on the show.
That'd be awesome. Hey, let's try growing them now. They'll be called skullets.
I remember because I mean obviously it's a mullet, but I remember the other we talked. I think we talked about it last week, or somebody brought it up, the mullet up. But I used to know it as a schlong, which was a short on top, long in the back.
A schlong,
or the soccer rocker.
A soccer rocker, nice.
Yeah.
The Kentucky waterfall. That's how we used to go.
Kentucky waterfall is the best one.
Fantastic.
That is unbelievable.
Awesome. Well, I work in vectors and pixels. So here is my, again, this is I think this is subpar on my part. I tried to do
no, I like it.
I tried to do the monkey going. I think that he's irritated because he's missed his flight. It's actually there's nobody on the flight, so they sent him without him. So he's a little bit irritated, but yeah, it's okay.
Or the flight
like
went back for that. And
the way you broke up primates, cool. I like that with a different size. It brings it up nice.
Yeah.
Very, very logo-y. I like it.
Another album cover, Mickey. I don't know how you do it.
That's what I always try to shoot for that, but I think it's subpar work from my part. But anyway, it's a good challenge to have it every week. As I said, we can't hit them all out of the park. So John, I want to reintroduce you to the fourth member of Carvers and Creators, responsible for our carving subject tonight. Are you going to be carving with us tonight or creating with us?
Hell yeah.
Still be done.
I realized since this is my second trip here, I'm going to do what I'm good at. So instead of trying to do what I did last time, I'm actually going to do a mask based on what we get.
Ooh.
What?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What?
Well, dude, your ogre from last time still is like absolutely insane. I remember it's just amazing. I know that was a 3D bust, right? Altogether.
This is more my comfort zone, so we'll see what happens today.
You can't
so you went out of your comfort zone with that?
Yeah, I don't know how.
What are we gonna do, Matt?
All right, so this is the hollow wheel, the center spinner, and here's Paul with the details.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Top of the morning to you. Top of the late evening for me. All right, the wheel. Here we go. So we've got some new characters on here, Jonathan. So we've got mutating, nightmare fuel, voluptuous, fantasy, psychopathic, outer space, guest choice, cyclopean, primate, and villain.
Okay, what is cyclopean? Is that a cyclops?
Well, it's not. Well, we were told it's not a true cyclops. It's cyclopean, so it could be any animal or any being. It doesn't have to be an actual cyclops.
Okay.
Yeah, it can have an eye on
it opens up
stock or something. Yeah, it can,
that's cool.
I mean, my mind wanders.
Yeah.
My mind's wandering on voluptuous. Or voluptuous.
I want that one. I want that one so bad.
How in the world are we gonna do that?
Well, I could glue a penny to the back. I don't know. This thing wants to land on whatever I don't want.
Okay, all right.
I think unspoken. If it lands on primate, we'll do a respin.
Yeah, we'll do a respin.
Okay.
So for the second spin, though, we have repulsive, horny, terrified, enraged, irritated, elated, grizzled, stoned, euphoric, and confused. If we get voluptuous, horny,
oh god,
we might have to change the rating on the show.
We have to.
Yeah.
We'll be in trouble. All right. So what I'm going to do here, I've done a couple spins here. What are we on, like episode 650? So I think I can get this to land on what we want. Probably not.
Probably not.
Cyclopean.
No, there you go.
No.
Wrong red. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Let's see how this.
A horny cyclopean. What's that bring your mind to? Terrified cyclopean.
Oh shoot! Okay, I gotta write that one down, people.
So basically, it's a cyclops of any species, basically. That
right.
We can do.
Absolutely.
Anything with one eye.
Anything your mind can
It's a one-eyed womb fairy.
I swear I'm 5.
It's the one-eyed monster. The one-eyed wonder worm or something.
Yeah. The best one I ever heard was from Kate Winslet. She called it the womb ferret.
Ooh.
The purple-headed yogurt slinger.
Well, it looks like we're not going to be on Nickelodeon.
Hey kids, go ahead and go to bed.
Yeah.
That's right. We threw it away. It's done.
Not before I find out what the slinger is. What the hell? You just said it was gross.
Slinger.
That's awesome. Christmas.
All right. So if you're creating with us or carving with us, we're going to give you 5 minutes to get your tools together, whatever you're doing your artwork with. Meanwhile, we're going to go around the horn and see what our carving oil is for tonight. John, what do you have tonight?
I am drinking a Bang.
Bang.
Lemon drop. Bang.
Nice.
I try not to drink too many of these, but I need a little pick-me-up.
That's an energy drink. I don't think I know.
Sir.
Like
And
a
it's
jolt.
got creatine in it, so I can get all
Yeah.
Oh shit! You
Yeah,
Get all tore up.
yeah,
You're gonna beat the piss out of that sculpture before you even
yeah.
start.
I'm gonna beat the piss out of something. Something one eye's getting beat up.
Somebody's gonna get the piss knocked out of it.
Matt, what do you got?
I went traditional Irish, and I'm going with a
Oh.
heart beer of some sort. Oh, it's Guinness.
Oh.
So I figure, when in Ireland or something.
Timely, very timely.
Nicely done. And I would be doing a disservice if I didn't tell you or that. Oh, did you know that drinking Guinness in Ireland, it's totally different than drinking it from a can? That's like the joke that's going around right now, that everybody will tell everybody, oh yeah, drinking it in Ireland is a lot better. Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah, I'd rather do all kinds of things in Ireland.
Yeah, right. There's some. I gotta draw the line at room temperature or anything when it comes to beverages. So.
Right, 100%. 100%. Paul, what do you got? I'm super excited.
Well, as is tradition, I too will be going with the Guinness. This is the Boston Guinness gives back to Boston can.
Damn it, shit.
Because believe it or not, we drink a lot of this stuff here.
Shocking.
Ah.
So, but you got to make sure you drink it out of your Guinness glass.
I don't know. You're double
Which
down.
I'm sure I stole from some bar years ago. And yeah. Mickey, what do you got?
Well, I was trying to get something green, so I have the hop water, which is right now. So I was gonna come with a beer, but everything was. I had a Mexican lager, which I don't think is appropriate.
Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Right, exactly. There was actually a great, I won't say a great. There was a Mexican Irish restaurant in Arizona. Remember this one? Carlos O'Brien's, Matt.
Oh yeah,
in Phoenix.
That's awesome.
Carlos O'Brien's, yeah.
Should have got Mickey's.
Oh, the Mickey's would have been perfect.
Mickey's, yeah.
That's your name, for God's sake. That's what they
Exactly.
named after you anyway.
Oh, what a John!
All right, we got to consult. We got to
We had a
consult
half
John
hour
from
to
now
think
on.
about
That's it.
Missed
Okay.
opportunity. Absolutely. Can you even get Mickey's anymore? I haven't seen it anymore.
Yeah.
So cheers.
go
Drink a Guinness while I'm sipping on the Mickey's.
There you go.
Back in my
Chink.
drinking days,
Clink.
Clinky,
Ah.
clinky.
Delicious.
I tried a Guinness once and I couldn't drink it.
I know
No?
it's a
I was an
milkshake.
IPA guy.
When you're 19, it's delicious. Let me tell you.
Oh my God! There's no bubbles.
Like,
That's-
what's the
that's the-
mixture one where they mix the two together and they make like a black and tan or something? Or
Black and tan. Yeah.
Is that-
Whew.
What's
God.
the two beer? Is it Bass? No, not Bass.
Bass and Guinness. Yeah.
Bass and
Yeah.
Guinness.
Bass and Guinness. Oh boy.
And then you have the Irish Car Bomb, which is the Guinness with a shot of, I
Jameson.
believe, it's
Jameson?
Jameson and Bailey's, right?
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
What's up, Wayne?
Yeah.
Drinking
Hop Valley.
Whoa.
Sure. Oh
Sounds
wow.
fancy.
Nice.
And I
When,
see
when, when?
giant- he- like his little tiny moniker there. It's an ice sculpture he did of a giant Sasquatch holding hands with a little girl. I think.
Did you see the size of it though?
No.
It's insanely big. That he has there's a picture online of one of the judges standing next to it, and I think the little girl is bigger than the judge.
Oh Jesus.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
crazy.
So
Are you guys looking at something that I don't see?
No, well, here, Mickey, pull it back up. You see how there's a comment there. Wade is an ice sculptor, and he's got an amazing.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's really small. So,
Wow.
but yeah. They just did a big thing up in Alaska that looked insanely cold, and for that reason alone, I'm out.
okay, Shark.
Yeah, and for that reason, I'm out.
That reason I'm out. Nice.
18 feet tall. Holy crap!
Crazy.
18 feet. I don't even climb up ladders that high.
It's like taller than me. It's insane.
No, it's not. We should.
Almost.
Nice.
So yeah, so we had Jonathan on before, and we had his
Oh, hey.
amazing work. But this is some of your recent work. Tell us about this.
Yeah. I have a guy or a company, I'm not sure, but they commissioned me to do Jason's. They want to do all of them. So far
Nice.
we've done that recent one, which is 9 Goes to Hell. We've done 7, 8, 3. I think that's where we're at right now. But yeah, they want to do all of them, which I think are 13 versions. Oh, and a remake. We did the remake. Yeah.
Oh my
So we're gonna
god.
be doing all of them. So that's the recent one right there. And then I think we wanted to see, if I'm not mistaken, the Alien.
Oh
Yes. Yeah, I
I'm gonna
mean,
turn-
I love
it's on the table behind me. So let me just turn the camera real quick.
Okay.
Let's see here what we can do.
It's so good.
I don't want to lose connection again like I did
Oh
earlier.
man, I want to shop like that. I'll trade you for my little basement corner. Look at that.
Oh, shit, I love this one.
The
Look at
eyes
the
of the
eyes.
eyes.
That's
That's insane too.
Oh, isn't that
just
neat?
feels-
The galaxy eyes.
Yeah, that's my. When I saw that, I was like blown away. That is just such a great idea.
It's so
Never-
smooth.
Never seen that
Wet
before.
clay, dude. Wet clay.
I got to get wet clay. That's it. I'm in.
Water
I'm
and
sold.
sponge. That's it.
And it just
Wow.
smooths it out like that.
Yeah, you get a water and you know what a stipple sponge is?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
or even a filter from a
from a fish tank.
fish tank. You get one of those and you just buff it out. And then, and then you
And
Wow.
how
you tap it with another sponge.
now, like right now, how firm is it? Like if you put your thumb on it, would you have a thumbprint? Like would you have a fingerprint there? Oh yeah,
Yeah, a
you
little
can.
bit. But it's still
But it's not
pretty
that.
good.
Oh yeah, it looks pretty firm.
It's
That's what I'm
firm,
always
man.
worried about. Look how
But this,
round.
this is the perfect stage for doing the wrinkles and the textures and all that. When
Okay.
it's too soft, that's the problem a lot of sculptors have is got to make sure it's constantly wet. And I'm like, well, then you got slop.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want it. That's what I was always afraid
Then
of
you
when I
just got
see that.
a sloppy mess you're trying to work with.
I think it's the term slinging
'cause, like,
clay
right now-
that made me scared. When somebody says they're going to sling some
Yeah,
clay,
because
it's
like right now,
that sounds gross.
coming straight out of the bag, it's just like,
But even that doesn't seem too
it's just
bad.
super. It's like Play-Doh.
Yeah, that's what you said. The consistency of Play-Doh.
Yeah, it's like Play-Doh.
But it
So some
firms up.
guys, they start, it firms up as you work with it. And then I don't start spraying my sculptures down for like at least 3 days into the sculpture. Then I'll spray it. Some guys are like, as soon as they're done, they're like, and they got this wet mess.
Melt. Yeah.
know?
Oh shoot.
Wait a minute. 3 days into a sculpture? That's how long they take?
Not for
Well,
you, Jonathan.
I do that alien in 3 days.
Yeah, that would take me a month.
But that's like 3 hours at a time. You know what I mean? That's something I had at the house.
Okay.
It's dynamite. I just the symmetry alone is super impressive on stuff like that too. Because I'll look back on something that I sculpted and I'll go out the next day just because I'm eyeballing it. And if I ever pull out any
Right.
kind of ruler or whatever the tool is that you can tell if something's uniform, I'm like, what am I looking at? One thing is like way smaller than like the other, and this side's pushed in too far, and that's why I stick with butternut squash. Nobody knows.
All right, what are we doing again?
Terrified Cyclops or Cyclopean or
Terrified?
something.
Cyclopean.
Cyclopean.
Terrified.
Yeah, I gotta-
Cyclopean.
A terrified.
I gotta think how to even orient this stupid thing. I have like the worst. I got the most generic butternut squash you could find.
Dude, I'm in the same boat. There's I don't know if you know this, but there's a butternut squash shortage. Yours is better than mine.
Well, that's what she said. So I got this. I could go this route, but I don't think I can pull a Cyclops out of this little fella. So maybe I'll.
You just carve an eyeball.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Hey, he's Mike Wazowski.
He's petrified. You just can't tell because he doesn't have a mouth.
Right.
That's the hardest part, is trying to get that like a terrified look on one eyeball because you're limited in your brow. We'll
Or
figure it
maybe
out.
maybe we just like let our minds wander a little bit about what could be one eye. What maybe is there a missing eye? Maybe there's supposed to be three.
Oh,
There's only one.
that's
I mean,
that's a loophole if I've ever heard one.
it's
Just missing the eye. Does that count?
it would be
Jonathan,
fun-
I'll defer to you.
Yeah.
It's a
Is
game
that
time
my
decision.
crappy ass connection?
Yeah, I think we got a little shoddy for a second, but
God,
it's back.
We can see you now.
Oh man, I don't want to be that guy.
It's only 2022. The internet technology will catch up to us one day.
Eventually,
Eventually.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, it's fine.
It's fine right now.
Okay. What the hell do I do?
What were you asking?
I was asking for a respin. Sorry.
So Matt had a great workaround to get around the Cyclopean feature, which was, are you a Cyclopean if you've lost an eyeball?
Yes. Hands down.
Oh.
You got one eye. Duh.
Yeah,
well, Seamus, it looks like you got the green light.
There we go then, you know.
Don't you know? Pat me groin.
Patio furniture, you know.
Patio furniture. Dynamite. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough.
What in the hell am I gonna? How do I make it terrified again? I guess I'm feeling terrified, so I just gotta look in a mirror.
I know you're doing a lot of talking there.
There's a lot of anxiety.
You guys got high anxiety.
Yeah, there you go.
Guinness is good for you, so you might want to have a little calm you down.
Oh, there we go.
That'll loosen you up.
You know what I mean?
That's what I hear.
Has anybody had a Bailey's coffee?
Yes. Oh,
yes.
God.
Oh, so good. That's my St. Patrick's drink right there.
That's the after dinner drink, though.
I stayed up all night in Vegas. Like when I was 21, I was drinking Bailey coffees. I just had him kept him coming.
Yeah.
And somehow I worked $100 up and down for the whole night. So
the best part about that, it's like there's a really fun website for anybody who's viewing or wants to know called Get Drunk Not Fat. And it ranks all commercial alcohols from highest alcohol, lowest calorie to lowest alcohol, highest calorie. And so, just for edification, Mickey, Bailey's is way down at the bottom, next to Godiva chocolate liqueur. You know, so you might as well be just drinking a milkshake. But it is good. I have to admit,
I lost $100, but I walked out with 6-pack abs. So it's like
the coffee counteracts that. The caffeine. The caffeine.
Yeah, it counteracts it. Exactly. That's like the modern vodka Red Bull. You know, all the kids are drinking these days.
That was my Vegas trip. No, not vodka Red Bull. It was Jägermeister Red Bulls.
Oh, Jaeger and Red Bull was delicious.
Oh my God. Okay.
So good. Jaeger bombs. That's a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
That's amateur.
Yeah. Blackout juice.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Why would you want to end the night?
And you don't even feel that good the next day for some reason.
Don't tell me what I did. Don't tell me. All right. Well, Jonathan's almost done, so there you go.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap this
Irish chocolate milk. Exactly. That's what we're having tonight.
Irish chocolate milk. Sounds delicious, doesn't it?
Guinness Irish chocolate milk.
I was.
It's good for you.
Nice.
I don't.
You and your Cyclopean.
Yes.
Did you bring him to your escort service thing?
Oh my gosh. No. I did a lot of flyering, but no business.
Whoa!
Ding dong.
Thank you. Good stuff. Good times.
Good times. I
kid.
I can't even get off the back of these fucking trucks. I do it with a 3-foot rope.
All right, so I got to know, Jonathan, what's going through your head for this one? Because I know you're already
absolutely nothing.
Okay.
The hardest part to do a mask when it comes to like anything that's a Cyclops, is if I didn't have the structure already, the armature that I'm sculpting on, it would probably be a little bit easier. But now I've got the eye sockets area to where now I got to figure out where to put, the cheekbones, the brow.
Oh yeah, you got to rebuild it.
Kind of hide where that area is and not make it look like it's obvious eye sockets there.
Okay.
So,
now let me ask you a question too. Where you're planning this out like you would a mask, are you thinking about where you can see out of it?
Yeah. So what I would do is where the brow is going to be for the one eye, is you try to incorporate wrinkles there, so you can cut into the wrinkles where the people can see through the wrinkles.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's what yeah.
Are you going to produce this mask? Can I get a copy?
We're all buying a copy.
First of all, he's going to make multiple copies. Stop jumping on my game, man.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
But I noticed with yours, Paul, like the proportion of your eye is bigger because of like where the positioning of the eye.
So I was.
Hey, it's
sadly. Yeah, well, he's going to have a round eye. That's about where I'm at. Okay. I keep going to the SpongeBob. Who's
yes, exactly. Yeah, Krabby.
He has that shape. Holy crap, you're right.
Yeah.
What is his name? Plankton.
Guy, yeah.
He talks like this, SpongeBob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Karen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm winging it, but as I'm sitting there, I'm just like, oh, Patrick.
Yes.
That's exactly who you're sculpting.
His girlfriend is a computer named Karen.
That's right.
Yeah. The chum bucket. He works at the chum bucket.
Right.
Yes, the chum bucket. Yep.
Oh, Jesus. You got to start somewhere, and the beginning is usually where it is.
So if Nickelodeon is, listening, please don't judge too harshly on our attempt at making fun of your wonderful character.
Honestly, I didn't think we were going to get past the chum bucket comment without.
I know. Already, we got one-eyed wonder worms and all kinds of stuff happening.
That's the hardest part about sculpting is like somebody sees your initial start and they just like, what in the heck? It's like, no, you got to just wait. Just
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen. I promise.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
Well, the fun part about it, have you ever worked anywhere, John, where you actually had a creative director walking around saying like, oh, like, is that where you're starting? It's like,
so you go in this direction, huh?
Yeah.
No, usually anywhere that I've actually worked, you get a design given you first. Like they'll have the guy do the 2D art of whatever it is we're designing for. Let's say if on a film or a creature or whatever that we're doing is. You'll have a guy design it first, and he'll give you the 2D representation of it, and then they'll give it to you, and they'll say, "Have fun." And you're like,
oh yeah.
What?
That's the best. That's the best.
But it's usually not like that because then you get the 2D guy who is real partial to his design, so he's constantly coming around to make sure you're copying it to a T, which is impossible because you're taking a 2D representation of something, putting it on a 3D model, and then you got to make it work for that actor or whoever's wearing it.
Oh, you're right.
So it's like,
have you ever done it off of like somebody's ZBrush, like multiple? Because if they do it in ZBrush, you can do at different angles, and I imagine that makes it easier from a sculpture perspective, right?
Well, if anybody does ZBrush, they usually just print it.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. What the hell would you do?
Never
mind. I'm thinking. All right. Good point.
They just send it straight to the 3D printer, and they're done.
Yeah. That's right.
That's a whole different game.
Yeah.
Cheaters.
Right.
Cheaters.
Is it cheating though? I mean, that takes.
No, it's not cheating. It's just yeah.
Yeah, but you're not getting your hands. I think it's cool as hell. I think it's a lot. It's faster, but you're not getting your hands on it. It's not personal.
Well, the thing is too is a lot of the digital software it mimics what you're doing. So if you're sculpting the right side, it's already finished the left side for you.
Right. Well, sure.
So.
But don't you lose the asymmetry of it, right? You want it.
Yeah, but then they take it off. They take off that function and they tweak the one side a bit to get rid of it, so it doesn't look so.
Oh, I got it. So it's not completely symmetrical.
Right.
Okay.
Like everything I do is definitely not symmetrical, no matter how hard I try.
I say.
Hey, boy.
Well, that's the fun part. I remember, like, I mean, even in graphic work, like people would say, like, "Oh, that's where you're starting," or that's what you're thinking, and it's like you sometimes you just need time, just to make
figure it out.
Yeah, totally.
Mess around with it.
I used to have this. I had this really spirited conversation with my boss one time because he thought I wasn't utilizing my time effectively. And I said, what if I just sat here for 7 straight hours and just looked at the computer?
Yeah.
And then in the last hour, I created the perfect thing, and it was what we went with. Was that effective time spent? And he goes, well, no, of course not. I go, of course, that's what a boss would say.
Yeah. Regardless of how I get to the finished product, shouldn't matter as long as I get to that finished product.
Exactly.
Exactly. I go, I can do some sit-ups or something like that. I can sweat if you want me to, but but I know what I'm doing. They get nervous because they're spending money. That's the difference.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's the one thing I've learned sculpting too is I need to just start and just go, because if I sit there and stare at it too long, I won't get anywhere. I got to at least start throwing some clay on there, and then I can work around whatever I'm starting to see or make adjustments, or now I start seeing what's coming. Like,
yeah. And even if you have to tear it down, I imagine you already had you know what to go after that. Yeah,
exactly. Like you'll see something all of a sudden, you can just rip it apart and start. Like if you watch my video,
Paul,
I'm all over it.
I did exactly that. I tore like half the face off because it wasn't right, and then I just got right into what I wanted to see.
Oh, perfect.
Like I try to tell everybody, don't be afraid. It's just clay. Just go after it.
Well, I mean, it takes a certain amount of confidence to do that as well, I would imagine.
I'm full of I mean.
I'm sorry. It takes a certain amount of insecurity to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it takes a lot of confidence, to know when something's not right as well.
Right.
And to believe that you can fix it. That's the
Agreed. Do you
honestly,
ever go ahead, Matt?
My only point to just round this whole wonderful conversation out, I think when it comes to what we do week in and week out, and what you do as a profession, Jonathan, and Mickey, with a practice we get just doing it all the time, it helps that anxiety kind of go away. You're like, you know what, I can figure this out. And a lot of times when I get started on something and it looks terrible, and don't have any idea where it's going to go, sometimes those end up being really, really good ones, because you end up kind of trusting yourself after a little while and doing it.
Yeah, it's like you guys both just said. It's having the experience to know that even if you hate it and you're not enjoying where it's going, if you just stay the course,
right,
you will find your way through it. Like Matt, and you know this too, and John, you probably know the same thing. I hate most of what I'm doing until about 3/4 of the way through, when you get into your secondary shapes, and you're like, oh, that's what I was looking for. And then you can kind of take a deep breath and be like, okay, I'm going to get through this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started a sculpture last night at home, a commission piece that I'm doing. Sam from the Trick or Treat horror movie?
Yeah,
the little guy. Yeah.
So I'm doing that right now, and I already know in my head it sucks for like the first hour or so. Just get to that point, and you just got to know that it's going to eventually get to that point. You just got to keep going.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened last night, where I couldn't go to bed until I saw it at a point where I knew this is the home stretch. Like,
that's so true.
Yeah.
Well, you even touched on it earlier when you're saying you hate when people see you start a sculpt.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Like, come back in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, Matt, we would when we're going to go to Monster Palooza and hang out or whatever, where you certainly cannot show up with produce that isn't carved. So like the day before, we got to get one done.
Yeah.
At least so this is where we can take it.
Yeah.
Because if we just show up hungover with a butternut squash, they're gonna be like, "You guys want your money back? Do you just want to go home?" Like, now, it's gonna walk around.
Can I eat that?
That's what it'll be. Yeah, is there a place I can warm this thing up? Oh, so true.
Yeah. We'll just be creators.
Yes.
Her
not even that.
Carving, yeah.
Yeah, I did that
Loiterers.
one year I spent sitting at my table sculpting. That was fun.
Did you actually sculpt at your table?
Yeah.
Did you not enjoy it?
It kept me at my table.
Well,
Ah.
that's right.
Because I was the guy that was always gone. My sister would like manage the table and she'd be like, God damn it, you're always gone. When somebody wants to, I'm like, I can't just sit here.
Yeah, we were talking about that too. It's like we gotta pick some time to walk around and like check everything out.
Right.
It's like Disneyland for people that like monsters and sculpting.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe we'll get full-size cutouts of us and we'll get like the Flavor Flav clock that says we'll be back at this time.
Oh, man, significant others come into play.
What the wives?
Manage the booth. I'll be back.
Yeah. No, my wife's not coming, but she's super duper supportive of it. I mean, I've been talking about making monsters and stuff. She's the one that got me my very first airbrush. She got me whenever I've mentioned something to do with sculpting or monster making, she just gets it for me.
Oh.
Yeah, which makes me feel bad because I never end up using it because I'm so I procrastinate. Not now. Now I'm using it. Now I'm like, holy shit! It's like you're Nostradamus. You knew I was gonna need it. Yeah. But this is something I've always wanted to do. So this is so cool for me through this medium that I'm sitting here with you and I get to talk to all these other guys and girls too. And it's like, holy shit, these are the people that do it for a living.
Yeah, that's what I enjoyed most about working in the industry was just being around the other dudes doing it. It wasn't doing it. It was like just being around all that creative energy,
Yeah, big time.
Seriously, like listen, like the conversations we've had and we're having now is like these are the easiest conversations you can have. You're having laughs. Everybody's doing something creative.
Right.
It's like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that's how it was at a shop. You just be shooting the shit and having fun and joking and and before you knew it, you were done making some badass creature, well, hopefully, or whatever makeup. And
and the best part, they look over your shoulder and like after you're talking, imagine. I mean, again, this is just in my head because I haven't been in one of these situations, but I can imagine like after 3 or 4 hours of laughing, talking, music playing, all of a sudden someone walks by and goes, "Holy shit! Look what you made!" Like, it's probably a fun moment.
Yeah.
Or the elusive. It's time to go home. That never happens at work. The day's over.
Yeah.
No, it's healthy to have that competitiveness. Like you look over and you just know that like, oh, this guy's like the super illustrator of the thing, and this guy's a super carver, this guy's a super painter. It's like, but you always want to be that person that's like, oh, I want to be all of them. It pushes you. And you see people using techniques that you would never have thought of.
I picked up so much stuff. Yeah. I was so basic and raw when I started.
Yep. It's great. It's great. Right.
So cool.
But the best is, this is a great question. I'm so excited to ask John this. Have you ever been in a shop before where there's somebody that's come in that thinks they're really super great?
That never happens.
Oh, good. Yeah. They're always really good. They're as good as they think they are.
Oh no, there's plenty of them. There's plenty of them. But the thing is the industry is more about who you know than what you know.
Oh,
yeah, we've heard that.
Yeah, so they'll bring in people that you're like, why is this person doing this? When it's because they've been around, they know it's a click, and it's
Okay.
Well, we know you. Can you get us a job in the shop?
I got plenty of space here.
Yeah, we just gotta get out to California. Oh, let's do that in June. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll be like, Nora, I'm stuck. They delayed my flight till 6 months from now.
Right? You're right. You come here and sculpt some masks.
Oh my god.
That'd be epic.
That's why you gotta teach me how to make them molds, man. That's always what's held me back. It's like, well, I can make a sculpture and then it's gonna sit on a shelf forever because I don't know how to am I going to screw it up if I make a mold? Where do I make a mold? How much of a mess? I know how much of a mess I'm going to make when I make a mold.
Sculptures I've lost when I started because my mold was shit. It was just like,
well, that's what scares me because it's But I mean, I did the cast on the zombie thing, and that came out pretty good. But that was a simple one it was a silicone mold.
Right.
Those are easy. It's that when you want to do the hydrocal.
I mean, you still gotta, do the right amount of, what the hell is it called? You add to the silicone to make it kick off the.
The drops. Well, I got some too. I don't even know where it is.
What the hell? Wow.
Don't worry. That Four Loko you're drinking.
We'll edit that out. That you don't know that.
Wow.
I forget what it's called.
Don't know what the hell it's called. It's 10%. You add it to the silicone, which makes it rubbery.
Yeah, it thickens it up. I had to add it because what do? You do the first couple layers. I did the brush on silicone mold. Yeah. So you brush it on and then you build it up and then you really make it thick and make it super round and fucking all these words I can't figure out. And then I had to do the. Right? I mean, I'm so basic like that. And then the plastic stuff. I did the hard shell over it, a 2-piece hard shell.
Yeah.
With the plastic paste or whatever it was called.
Oh, you use the foam stuff that's really lightweight, and you mix the two together to make the shell.
No, not that stuff. I want that.
Oh, that stuff's amazing.
It's I thought it was called plasti paste. I thought it was called.
Yeah, there's a plasti paste.
Yeah, it was pretty easy to use.
Air. Yeah, there's a stuff called freeform air, and it's a 2-part, and it's like super. It weighs nothing, and it's like an epoxy, but it's like super lightweight. It weighs absolutely nothing. And it's what I like to use for my shells now because it's completely lightweight, but it's super, super durable. And
you don't have to deal with those monstrous weights on everything. That's why I'm kind of afraid to do like the hydrocal mold. Like if I want to do a full, like if I want to make a mask, right? Like an over the head mask.
Right.
That's always the dream, right? So you need the 2-part hydrocal mold, 2-part hydrocal mold.
Right.
And then the shell over that.
No, just a stone. That's it.
What? That's it?
Just stone. Here, I'll show you. Here,
all right, we're getting closer. All right, we're getting closer. It doesn't sound as difficult. Too many steps is my downfall. It's like walking a mile. It's like, I'll just drive there. Is there a movie? Is there a movie of walking a mile?
I mean, look at the size of this son bitch.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And how do you? So what do you just use straps to keep it together?
Yeah, this is the front part.
Yeah.
And then the back part, you just strap it together after you brush in your first layer of latex. And then you strap it together, and then you fill this thing up with latex and let it dwell, and then you dump it out.
Holy crap! Wow. So you do you do a brush on layer or two on each halves, and then strap it together.
Yeah, and then fill it.
Oh my God! This is like this is so enlightening. But except for the fact that that's a gigantic mold. The
thing is I used burlap on that one because of the size to keep the weight down. So I did a ton of burlap. So it's pretty lightweight for that size. Before it would just be stone, and that thing would weigh like 75 pounds.
Yeah.
Jeez. And so with the latex, you're obviously not going to roto cast it, but you just kind of swish it around because you've got all your surfaces and you're just thickening it up.
Yeah, you can. If you're like low on latex, I do rotocast them.
Just to make sure it's all spread out?
Yeah.
Wow. I got to do this, man.
Come on, Paul.
I got to. I have to.
Get out. What was that this
one? Look at this. Jeez.
No, that's a clown. That's an older piece. This is a pretty recent
sculpture I just
did.
Look like a bat, like a vampire bat.
Yeah. It's on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. It's the giant bat head, the human.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I love that one.
I love this one too. This one always. Yeah. I love the.
So insane.
Yeah, it's such smooth forms. Like the skin just is. It's so believable. You're depressing me. You know that. Chill out with the talent, all right?
Slow down a little bit, would you?
It's making you excited to do it. That's how I look at it. Like, I got to do that. I see guys work all the time, and I'm just like, but it pushes me to get better.
That's right.
It does. You're right. It does. It's if something can grab your eye, and you know what I mean. It's almost like reading a book in a way.
Right.
Well, you know, it's like, does this book have pictures? I'm that guy. Like if I see pictures like this, I don't need to read the description. I can see plenty in this photo. And do you so you do your own paint too, though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You do it all.
Right.
Shit. Just so well. That's why he's the machine.
It's a learning moment, Paul. Just take it as a learning.
Not just a nickname they throw around.
Yeah.
Like they call me the lazy.
Time for that though.
The lazy. Well, the fun part too, and we've heard it a million times, and I think you even told us one time, John, that you have to be a shop of one. You have to learn out every bit of it if you ever want to get anywhere, right?
Right. Well, they have it so departmentalized now that if you are really good, well, it's really hard to find a guy that's really good at sculpting, but he can't paint. I've never found that.
Okay.
Everybody I know can do everything.
Okay.
But the shops are very compartmentalized.
Yeah.
So
send it to paint, send it to molding,
exactly. This guy does this, this guy does that. You stay in your section.
Yeah. Stay in your lane, baby.
Stay in your lane, buddy. Yeah.
But do you know why that is? I can tell you why.
Because you'd have to pay somebody more if they could do it all.
They just try to get more out of you. So if you're really good at
it's assembly line.
Exactly.
Assembly line. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Why have you off with one? Yeah.
Right. Okay. Oh, you don't that sculpt here. Start this one.
Yeah. They just want to pump it out. Then they can just do it super fast. Right.
Cheap bastards.
Or if you're a sculptor, you're usually making more than the mold maker. So if you're done with your sculptor, you can go home now. We're done paying you for the day.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's the other crazy thing too, is they'll just tell you to go home
because you're done.
Yep.
That's craziness.
That's business. That's the business of art.
I don't know what's going on here yet, but
look at that.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know what,
I can already see what the hell's happening.
Oh my god.
That's killer.
I gotta get some white clay.
Paul, you can get wet clay if you go to any like pottery store where all the people, they throw pots and stuff. They always have big bags, I don't know what they come in, the sizes, but they always have white clay. It seems like I've gotten it there before, and it's usually really inexpensive.
Really, it's like a whole new thing. I thought working with monster clay was the way to go, but apparently I was wrong.
Not for anything larger scale, like that size. Yeah, like this is monster clay.
Oh my god!
See, how do you get it that smooth though? That's the secret. That is insane, by the way. That is literally insane. Look how deep you got in there.
Like if you go over this like with a hand torch, but you got to be real careful, or else you're gonna
you'll know.
Yeah, so you just kind of go over it real quick, and it softens everything up.
And it kind of levels out almost like a self-leveling kind of thing.
Yeah.
These tool marks are driving me nuts.
Oh yeah, it sucks, dude. Because I just did that. I don't know if I posted it, but I recently did a silicone mask for a company, and they require you to do it in Chavant. And I just was like, seriously, it's gonna take me twice as long to sculpt this than it would if I did it in wet clay.
Oh.
But they wanted the Chavant, like the original sculpture, to go with it. Okay.
Well, they just wanted they prefer you sculpting silicone mask out of Chavant, for registration points and things like that, to where it doesn't dry out like the wet clay does. So.
Yeah, but aren't registration keys like on the outside of the sculpt, like on the two part of the mold?
Well, like for a silicone mask, like they want to make sure like the eyelids sit right, the inside of the lip sits right, so when you're talking with it on, it registers right with the actor or the person wearing it.
Okay.
Was this for Immortal?
No.
Jesus, huh? All these things. So the sculpture just showed me how to monster clay. Is that cast?
No, that's still clay. I haven't molded it yet. I need.
You haven't molded that? You gotta mold that. That thing's
I know what to do.
unbelievable.
That. Did you see it? I gotta separate the teeth. I gotta separate the horns. I gotta.
Well, that's what I was saying. Look how deep.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see the inside of his stomach.
Yeah, that's why I haven't done it yet. I want it because I'm gonna cast them in resin.
Oh man, it's dynamite. Let me know when you do. I want one.
Yeah, I would love that.
Get out of here. Get off my tail.
Hey, he'll make more than one. He'll make more than one, Paul.
Oh, no, I see what you did there. I like it.
You know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's been exciting messing around now, getting back into clay a little bit, and it's almost like I'm trying to race through a sculpture to get to that second point, which is mold making.
You did it earlier, and it was annoying me. You need to enjoy it. You need to like I can't wait to get it cast. I gotta cast this one. I gotta mold it cast. Like, no, dude, just enjoy the sculpture, make it as good as you can, and then mold it. Not, I gotta get it plastered. I gotta get plastered on this thing and get it cast. I gotta get it done. No, settle down.
I know it's so hard though.
Yeah.
You know what? If you've done it a million times, I guess it would be different. You know what I mean? If I had done it before, it's like, well, I know what the next step is. But I'm like, I want to finish this because I'm so excited to get to that next step of trying a different kind of mold and seeing if I can pull it off. Right. And then the next step even of like doing latex. And I'm a 40-year-old, 12-year-old.
Right. No, I get it.
Is what it feels like. Like, why didn't I do this when I was younger? Oh, because I was running around with my friends, outside like kids did back then.
Yep. Yeah. I've just learned over the years that when I think I'm done, step away from it for a day, come back and look at it again. And then you might sit there for 3 more hours and tweak some stuff, push things a little further. Because you're never done. Like everybody says, you're never finished with the sculpture. You just abandon it.
Yep.
But try to push yourself a little further than.
And you should too. That way, there's nothing else you could have done. Realistically, right? You did the best that you could on it.
Like I see sculptures now where I'm like, I so want to do that again because it's not right. Like that Daryl I did for Walking Dead. I sculpted that thing like 3 times. Because it was just not. It just didn't look. It wasn't Daryl. It just didn't Once I saw Daryl, now I see Daryl. Yeah. I can move on.
Yeah.
Thank God I don't do portraits. I'm not blessed with that.
It is so rewarding, but such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I bet.
Now, what's your process for that? Do you do like we've talked to guys that'll take pictures and then kind of overlay it against the sculpt to see where exactly they need to change?
I've never done that, and it's brilliant. I see guys do that all the time, but my dumbass is keep sculpting, looking at. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
To take it into Photoshop and overlay it, and then make it. It's like I'm so stupid when it comes to stuff like that.
Do you use calipers or anything like that?
No.
Like, really? You just freehand it?
Yeah.
You don't go old school or new school.
Yeah. It's just,
it
like
goes to school.
Stubborn, to my detriment,
He's like Stallone and Over the Top. Like that hat turns backwards, he's the machine.
Yeah.
It just happens. Nobody's doing it better.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Freehanding it.
I lost custody of my child over an arm wrestling match.
Oh.
No.
I don't know whether to. Are you serious?
Wasn't that the plot of that movie? He was. He actually won it. I don't know.
TMI, Mickey.
Over the top. That was the plot of that movie, or something to that effect.
His son came on the road with him or something, right? Michael.
Yeah.
I think there was some custody
truck driver
situation with it, I believe.
Whatever happened to good movies like that?
We were just talking about it today that they haven't made a good comedy in about 10 years, like a Farrelly Brothers or like Step Brothers or something like that. That's just so campy but hilarious.
Yeah, I know. They
Me, Myself, and Irene.
That's my favorite comedy.
Fantastic.
One of my favorite comedies.
That's a great
Me,
movie.
Myself, and Irene is just.
100%.
I'm gonna need total anonymity. It wasn't for me.
I can't wait to show my kids. I keep forgetting to show my kids that one. I want to show my kids that one.
Oh man, that movie is
That
hilarious.
is fantastic. The Fairley Brother movies that were really great.
That was such a good run of movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something About Mary.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
No
god.
baseball.
We
Have you
watched
seen
that
my baseball?
recently, something about Mary, and what I found the best performance in that whole thing. You typically would think of anyone but Kevin Dillon
Oh yeah.
was the best.
I work with retards.
Oh, Matt Dillon.
Yeah. I work with retards.
Yeah, I work with retards. She's like, I don't think it's really PC to say that. He's like, oh yeah, I guess Mongo. Like, he started talking about Mongo. We let him run around outside. We got him a leash.
We take him out of the cage.
We let him out of the cage.
You put him in cages? No, he's on a leash. He's outside.
Yeah.
Pineapple Express is good.
Pineapple Express was great.
Well, you know what is? Yeah, the Rogan movies came in, and they're pretty good. Mike Myers has a new movie coming out on Netflix that I'm excited to see, and it's kind of based on like how a secret society, like the Illuminati.
Oh wow,
Okay.
that would be awesome.
And he's got new characters, so he's got all the makeups going. I just saw the preview. It looks hilarious. Please be hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. Please don't.
And it's on Netflix, so I don't gotta wait in a line.
Dude, everything's going to Netflix.
It's awesome. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. Their production value looks better than half the stuff going to theaters.
Yeah,
It really does. And again, I don't have to wait in a line and walk out going, I just spent $130 for a family of four.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
For a 2-hour movie. McFrel's big time. Yeah, well, Ryan Reynolds is another one. You got Seth Rogen, Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool
is my favorite movie of all time.
Hey, I just heard Deadpool 3 is coming out. Deadpool 3.
I never laughed so hard in a theater than when I saw Deadpool for the first time. I was just pissing myself.
It is wonderfully made. Yeah, that's a great movie.
And Ryan Reynolds makes it. It's his sense of humor.
Oh, it's him.
Yeah,
quick body humor is dynamite.
I mean, the original Hangover was like
Hangover's great.
You know,
that's a great movie.
I was just talking about Stripes. Like I saw Stripes when I was like 11, and it was that movie. That movie is like coming of age movie for me. I was like,
but it doesn't honestly hold up the way you think it would.
The second half of it totally, but the first half of it was it's just all like it's all SCTV people in it as well.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And John Larroquette is great in it, and but it actually wasn't the movie that they intended to make as well.
Oh, really?
I found that out. It kind of separates into two movies, but
just like Full Metal Jacket.
Exactly.
See, that's where he came up with that. Stanley Kubrick watched Stripes, and he's like, I can do this serious style. We got Boot Camp, and then we got the Mekong Delta.
This is my rifle.
McFrazzlestash had a good one too, but that's a TV show. What We Do in the Shadows, the vampire one. Anybody watch that?
It started as a movie.
Did it really start as a movie?
In the movie.
Yeah, it started as
the show. It's hilarious.
A mockumentary. Yeah, it's a really good one.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Bronze.
What's the Bronze?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
I like this though because these are things I don't know.
Yeah,
McFrazzlestash, Jesus, you see like a TV guide.
Yeah, guess it was the movies first, right there.
Laverne and Shirley. If you guys know that.
Laverne and Shirley.
Shamil.
They started in Milwaukee, and then they moved to the West Coast, and then that's
Mazel.
true.
Mazel.
Mickey, you just jumped the shark right there.
I know.
Super Troopers is another one that's just.
Now
I love that. I love Broken Lizard.
Do you like those like Super Troopers? What's another one? Like Grandma's Boy and stuff like that.
Grandma's Boy is hilarious.
Yeah.
We forgot about the early Adam Sandler movies were great.
Oh, I got one. Did you ever see? I worked on this. Oh God, Strange Wilderness.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
Yes, I think I did see it. They get
Bigfoot.
chased by a bear too, right?
They
Is
go
that the
after
one where he's like, I don't
Bigfoot,
gotta.
And then the guy who played Terminator 2, the guy, the metal one, Patrick.
Oh yeah, that guy,
And
Patrick
he was
something.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got his junk mauled by a bear, and we had to.
That's what I remember.
Yeah,
I remember the bear. Nice. You
And then
worked on those?
yeah. I sculpted the Bigfoot.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh
Oh
wow.
shit.
What the hell was that?
So kids, go to your red box down at the Circle K.
Red box. Well, if there isn't a red box, you could probably hit Blockbuster.
There we go. Hit
Right next
the
to Fellows.
Redbox wasn't that long ago, and it seems like 20 years ago.
Oh my god, people still use them. There's still one at our Safeway. I'm like,
Oh my
what
God,
the
there's a
hell is this
line.
thing?
You know why? They put them outside of supermarkets now, next to the little carousel, or the thing you put the kids on. That they're always like, I want to get on it. I want to get on it. So then you're sucked into going, well, I might as well just get a movie while I'm here. I'm certainly not going out tonight.
You remember when Netflix used to be? They'd send you a DVD in the mail. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that was like how you
Oh
would get
yeah,
Netflix.
you can only get like 3 at a time.
Yeah, you get 3, and then you would go,
Yeah.
we got to turn these back in. No one watched it yet. Oh, we want to get a new one. You know, it was like,
Yeah.
Yep.
that was a thing.
I actually just had to tell my mom that they don't put like CD players in computers anymore.
How'd you
She's
take
like,
it?
"Oh, I want to put my CDs in," and I'm like,
They don't
bad
even make
news.
CD players in cars, and they have it for a long time. You know, it's like that.
Right?
That's gone.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
My truck's a 2018. It has a CD player, and I'm like, what the hell is this? A leftover? It should give me a lighter too and an ashtray.
Oh my god.
Remember those days?
There's ashtrays in the door jams. I remember when our
yeah.
station wagon, when I was a kid, had ashtrays literally where you put your arm. It's just so in the summer in Phoenix, when you put your arm on the thing, you can see
Burning
a perfect
hell out of your
square of burning flesh on your arm. It's brilliant.
Here's a good. I Flight of the Conchords, another great.
Oh yeah, that's
Show though, right? That's a
Reese
show.
Darby is in another one.
show, but that is a fantastic,
Yeah.
beautiful show.
Yeah.
Hello, Brett. Hello, Jermaine.
Oh, Bree.
Jermaine, Brett,
That's the songs were my favorite part. I actually used to know. We used to know a couple of the songs.
yeah.
You just try and memorize all the words to them.
And if
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken,
kids
they had
know.
the songs before, and then they built the show around it.
Yeah, they were comedy
right?
duo,
Oh, I
right?
didn't even know that. Okay,
Brilliant. So brilliant.
hurt
You
feelings.
didn't know that, Matt?
I do
Don is the
now.
president of the fan club.
I'm learning things today. Okay,
Jesus.
it's all about.
He's
you
still
know,
on East Coast time, so he's good. It's okay.
Yeah. I'm half asleep. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I used to when I was a kid, we used to go and actually rent the VCR from Blockbuster.
Oh, I totally remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then-
It comes like a suitcase.
Yeah, that was like the greatest Friday ever.
Yes.
VCR, we get to get.
And all the kids from the store, they'd see you carrying the giant boxes out of the car. Oh my god, movie time in your house. Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember laser discs?
Yes.
never had.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
didn't have
we could afford the laser disc player.
Yeah.
Laser discs they were amazing,
What?
and
What's that, Mick?
laser discs.
Come again?
Take two.
Yeah,
laser
testing,
discs are
testing.
amazing. Yeah, I remember seeing those early on. But Matt was the first one that I knew that had like a beta machine. Those were like,
Yeah, we went beta. It was brilliant. I remember my dad at the it was like a strip mall place, and they're like, should we buy, if we're gonna buy one, should we do? And then the guy talked him into beta. And I still remember the slow death of beta, which was actually pretty fast actually. But when it comes to like VHS and beta were neck and neck, but beta's better and smaller and it's whatever. And then VHS was, but whatever their arms race was, the thing I remember the most was he called home. And he's like, should I get this or that? And we're like, well, what does they say? And like, he said beta. And I remember going back there year after year being like, this was the biggest bullshit sales job.
They never had any beta movies.
Do you,
Yeah,
do you want
it dwindled and dwindled. Yeah.
do you want to know why VHS won over Beta?
Yes.
Size matters.
I guess so.
You're actually close, John. It's because VHS was the one that supported adult movies. Beta
Wow.
always
Wow.
tried to stay true. It actually had better quality. Beta was actually the better quality product, but they did not support the adult movies, and they lost in the long run.
It was all about
Damn
the
it.
back room.
And now look, there's not. You can't even find porn anymore.
Nah, it's impossible.
Yeah,
crazy.
dude, it's so hard to find.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't have a cell phone when I was young.
I wouldn't have gone to school.
I never would have left the house. Yeah. I would have been blind.
Exactly. I mean, J.C. Penney catalog was like it.
Eey.
Whoa.
Ah, the good old days.
The good old days.
What do you mean the good old days? Those days are good today.
Right. That's a good point. What's JC? We're talking about JC Penney. I always have
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love Jason.
I wanted to definitely hear about I love the 3 rows of teeth here.
Oh, I love this guy.
Awesome.
He's so good.
Super awesome. So tell us about this guy.
That is just another homage to Evil Dead 2, Evil Ed.
Ah.
There's a new business out in Burbank called Mystic Museum,
Oh, I've been there.
and they hit us up to do. They did an Evil Dead tribute for like the last couple of months,
Yeah.
so they hired us to do a life-size Evil Ed. So I was in charge of sculpting the head, and then yeah, got
Holy
that
shit!
guy.
I've been to that place. Just happened to stumble. There's like a really cool retro toy store right down the street from there.
Yeah.
And we went in there and we're like, oh, that's really awesome. Stayed in there a long time, and then we left and happened to walk across the street, and there was they had like an Evil Dead behind the scenes thing where you can go in a back room
Yeah.
and see props, like actual props and stuff they use in the movie.
Yeah, that was there.
That's crazy.
Now, is that resin or is that latex?
That's latex, and the eyes and teeth are resin.
Wow. Now, what do you do? How do you feel? Is it filled with something to hold the shape?
2-part polyurethane foam.
But that's expanding foam, right?
Exactly. Yep.
So do you have to put it back in the mold when you fill it?
You don't take it out of the mold until you fill it, then you pop it out of the mold.
Oh, and then you paint it.
Yeah, exactly.
See how dumb I am? I would have
Yeah.
painted it, put it back in the mold.
And then it looks like a balloon with a face on it because it expands so much, it just distorts the whole face.
Yeah, it's voluptuous, horny, bloated head.
Yeah, because see, these are the teeth. These are Ed's teeth right here.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh wow.
So basically, like you were talking about earlier, is that mouth on Ed, it's just an open cavern, and I just glue these in when I'm done.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's
I thought I had a
see, I have
caption
so
on
many
it, but I
questions.
don't.
I have so many questions.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what a
basically
brilliant.
What I did is I sculpted Ed with an open, empty mouth, and I blocked in the teeth, and then I popped the teeth out, and then once I had a casting of the head, I re-sculpted the teeth inside the casting so they registered correctly, and then popped them out and molded them separately.
Oh,
That's kind of what my questions are too, because it's the same thing with the eyes, right? So you use some sort of a orb, right? So it's a resin orb or a stone or whatever you
Right,
got.
exactly.
There's a placeholder, but then, so when you cast it, that's where I get screwed up. But I know once you make the mold on the outside, you put the balls on the inside, right? Before you do latex.
I like to put the balls in. I mean, you can get you guys started it. You can buy. I'm trying to see if I have any here, but you can buy eyes that have registration screws in them.
Yeah,
They're right
yeah,
in
I've
the
seen
middle of the
those.
pupil, right? So
I've seen those. Yeah.
yeah, so you leave those in your sculpture when you mold them. So the screw is embedded in the plaster, So when you take it apart and you got the mold, those eyeballs are in the stone mold.
They
And that's
stay.
your registration point for your eyeballs. So when you pop out your casting, you've got a perfect placement that you just pop the eyes right in there.
Ah,
Does that make sense?
yeah.
So when you take the clay out, you just rip all the clay out. The sculpture's junk anyway because the eyeballs are going to pop out. But now
The
they're
eyeballs
part
are
of
in the stone. Yeah, they're in the
part
stone,
of the mold.
plaster. Yes.
Yeah.
So that when you make the latex copy and pull it out, you have
A socket.
hollow eyes. Yeah,
Exactly.
sockets behind.
Perfect registration for eyeballs.
That's awesome.
Because
This
usually
is-
what I do is I haven't done that yet because, like I said before, I'm stupid and I'm stuck in my ways. Is I'll take an X-Acto knife and I'll cut out the eyes, I'll Dremel down the eyelids, and then I'll try to get the eye in there instead of having. Yeah, because I'm stupid. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right answer. No,
It's just, yeah.
I mean, and there's more than one way to skin a cat, as to say, right? So,
Right.
because I saw somebody else do it where they just had another set of the same size eyes, and they
Right.
made the mold, and what they did is they glued the eyes to the negative. You know what I mean? So that when
Yeah.
they put the latex in it and they pull up, they did all that. They cut out the front and they had that bubble, that socket behind it.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
thought that was the only way. Now I know 3 ways. Jesus, this is tough.
You can
Which way
you can
do
buy if you go to Four Seal Studios, they have a sale right now on those eyes, and they're resin eyes with the registration screws, and they have all different sizes from human eye 26 millimeter to 28 all the way up to like 55. So you can get huge eyes, small eyes, and they're all ready to go. So you just put that in your sculpture, and when you're molding it, you're done. Your eyes are set in a stone mold, and all your castings are going to have the perfect registration for your eyeballs.
What's the name of the site?
Fourth Seal Studios.
For Seal.
Yeah,
Like the singer.
yeah. Fourth, as in fourth.
Oh, fourth.
Seal. Fourth. Sorry, I have a lisp. And then it's Fourth Seal Studios.
Fourth
Yeah, they're my
Seal.
boys.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on that. Harper, that's what we got to make our project going into season 3. So we got to come up with some sort of an actual clay sculpture that we can cast and make something out of.
Yeah, I see. That's the honestly, Jonathan and Mickey's heard it a million times from us too. But one of the complaints we get regularly, not complaints, but just even my mom, if she's watching, hi mom, but she is like always asking me, why don't you do it out of wood or clay or stone or something so it's permanent? And
Right.
and honestly, I think Paul's kind of finally blowing past me and getting a little bit more okay with doing that. I still have this like hang up with doing something that's going to be around for a while. I don't know what it is, but anyway.
You have commitment issues.
I think it's
That's what
Yeah.
But Matt, you've made stuff out of like steel.
I know you've done this already in years past. Like, look
I
behind
know I
you.
have, but no, you're right. Okay, so I'm being a little bit. I mean, I've made clay things and heads and stuff like that, but I end up hating them so much. I just kind of I don't look at them anymore. I don't know. Jonathan,
No,
okay, so I'll segue that to a question. Our last guest, Jordy, who didn't really like a lot of the things he made, and
Right.
we talk to people a lot of times. They're like, "Oh, that, yeah, I should have done it better." But to the layman's eye, we are like gaga over what they make. So when it comes to something that you make on a, like the guy up on the shelf behind you that you haven't cast yet, or of course the one you're making, do you find yourself like completely okay with it? And you're like, I know you're supposed to abandon them, but do you like or dislike your sculpts to a point where it's as damaging as it is for me?
You like them until you start your next one.
Right.
Oh, okay,
You
good
like
point.
it up until you start doing the next one. That's why I sculpt so much, because I just want to keep getting that next. I don't know if it's a dopamine hit. I don't know if it's excitement for creating something new or.
Good point. Yeah.
But there's a few things I actually like. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, but
Do you have a favorite? Do you have your own favorite of something you've made? I mean, it's stick in your head, like you know, I always liked that one, or I love the way it turned out, or something like that? Or is it just kind of ebb and flow?
Are you just constantly chasing the sculpting dragon?
Yeah.
The white dragon. Yeah.
It's my heroine.
The wed dragon.
The wed
Yeah,
dragon.
the wed. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to. I've been like the last couple of years. It's been nothing but design work for companies where I haven't been able to do anything personal. So I'm doing it for them. So I try to get as much out of it as I possibly can, but it's not mine.
Oh, okay.
You know? So there's a disconnect there. But there's been a couple of pieces I've done that it sucks though because I can't share them until the production company has them out.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a couple pieces that I've done, like this alien I recently did. I'm pretty happy with it.
It's awesome.
But I can already see where I want to go with another one. You know, like I'd rather do, you know, but this one's done. It got approved. Time to move on.
So that one wasn't a personal one though. That was for someone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's for a company I do a lot of work for lately called the Horror Dome.
Oh, that's cool.
The Horror Dome has some dynamite with stuff.
Dude, I've done so much stuff lately. It's crazy, but it's like we're already in 2024, so we can't show anything.
Wow.
You know?
Oh, no way. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So I think we touched on this a little bit, but your molding products of choice.
It depends on what the final product's going to be. Like right now, it's been nothing but stone because everything's been latex. But stone molds are quick and easy. Once you get the hang of it, they're quick and easy. Silicone takes a while, unless you're doing a block mold where you just fill it up and walk away. But if you're doing a brush up, that could take half the day. So it all depends on what the final casting is going to be, on what the mold preference is. I hate molding, though. I do. I loathe it.
That's so funny.
Paulie, you're thinking the same thing I was. So we talked to a bunch of people, and they say that it's a necessary evil. You have to learn how to do it and do it as well as you can. But a lot of people farm it out, like you said. But when it comes to one question I saw pop up that we didn't get to, and I don't even know that this is more of a question because I don't know what the hell it is. So a registration key. So I know that I kind of know what they look like on a mold, but you were talking about doing them in, keying. Seriously, that's what we're doing. So McFrazzle helping me remember. Tell us what the hell that is for people who just do this.
Well, it all depends on keying. Can mean it can mean multiple things. Like we talked about keying eyes, so the eyes register exactly where you want them when you do a casting. But then there's also keying for a mold that locks together correctly when you're putting it together. So, you know, you got like, I do real simple keys when it comes to my mold. Is you'll build a mold wall around your sculpture if you're doing a full head mask, because you got to do two parts. So basically what you're doing is you're doing a clay wall around the middle, or pretty much 50-50 of where your sculpture lines up.
Right.
And I'll just take a tongue depressor and I'll just carve out half a sphere. As long as there's something it registers with that won't let it shift, that's all you need. I mean, some guys get all crazy and they got like these, you know, they're like mathematicians and they got like keys that are like a sculpture in themselves. I'm not that dedicated to my molds. I just want to get it done so I can, you know, get it finished. So I'll just do, like I said, take a tongue depressor and do just a half sphere in there around the whole entire key or around the whole entire mold wall. So when I have the second or the first part molded, you'll have the opposite. You won't have an indentation. You'll have the sphere.
The outside,
The second half of the mold is going to be the opposite of that, to where they kind of lock in.
Okay.
And then another thing
you really need that too when you're doing the latex, because it has to stay together in perfect. You know, if you're doing that roto, obviously, right? Okay.
Yeah. And then another thing too, like matrix molds. That's a whole nother thing, where a matrix mold is a silicone mold that has keys around the whole entire thing, that those keys will then lock into your jacket. So your silicone doesn't shift in the jacket when you're rotocasting or when you're making a mold.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
The keys went on the outside of the silicone mold.
Right.
And then I did the hard shell over that. Yeah.
Jacket.
Yep. See that? Exactly. I'm experienced.
Look at you.
I got one mold under my belt.
Right?
I probably did everything wrong. I've gotten 6 casts out of it though.
It worked.
I'm gonna try. I just love it so damn much.
When I did, the only one I've ever done is I made this. Hang on, let's see if I can have it real easy. I made this foam pumpkin that had
That thing's awesome.
Oh!
Yep. I think I
Hey,
broke
remember
my
when Matt
skull.
had tools and they weren't all broken?
I had a skull that broke. So so this is like made out of like Nerf foam, like really squishy.
Oh yeah,
Nerf
yeah,
foam. And so one side is happy and the other one's sad, whatever. But
Cool.
the one thing I noticed when I made it, because I did it from the bottom, was that I made so many errors that you can even see it right here. You see how that like it's dug in. This is because I think I made the latex too thin, and anyway, I think that's what I did wrong.
Shape.
It didn't hold its shape, right? Exactly,
Yeah.
because I made it too thin,
Right.
and I didn't really do the registration right. I hadn't kind of line up, and I was kind of guessing at that point, and then made it too thin.
Exactly
Anyway, but
there you go. That's what happens.
Damn it, Matt! You should try again.
that's why I never did it again. Because
That's how I felt for a long time too
One
after
and
that
done.
silicone incident. No way, man! Come on, we're gonna do this.
I'll jump back on the horse, but it was
Yeah, we're
especially
gonna
after
start a
talking to
matchmaking company.
that's
It's happening. I'm telling you. Think good things. Good things in 2020.
any day now. Any day.
Yeah, there's got to be something good coming, right?
Yep.
Somewhere, somehow. It can't be all bad.
Can't all
Well,
suck.
when we
Okay.
get to California, it's gonna be awesome. Are you gonna meet us out there for at least
Dude,
a
California sucks.
high five? Yeah, I
we
know.
know the state sucks, but we're talking about like we're gonna be out there.
Yep.
I'm from
I'll be there
Boston. The other 49 states suck.
Oh, there we go.
Massachusetts. I'm from Massachusetts. We think everything sucks. But I am very excited to go to California. I get to see Maddie. I get to see Mick for the first time. Maybe we'll bump into you.
Trust me, yeah.
We'll Uber you in from Temecula, right?
I'm in Temecula.
So that's about what about
Stone's throw?
$250 Uber?
Oh wow.
I'll be staying the night Saturday night because I'm doing the whole dinner thing. We get a huge group together. We do a big
fun.
dinner. Yeah.
cool.
So whoever wants, we go around asking who wants to be involved. We do a big, huge group dinner, and then I'll head home Sunday sometime.
Beautiful.
But I'll be there all day Saturday. Do the dinner thing Saturday night, and then I got a hotel room there.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
right on.
So now we're gonna just track you down at this point.
Yeah.
We gotta find you.
Yeah, but the shows used to be for me is those are the weekends that you just get shit faced. And you're so fucked up for the whole weekend, and it's just those days are gone. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not there to do that.
Okay, Mickey.
Wink, nod.
Write that down.
It was like who can get the most fucked up at these shows is what it boils down to.
Wow. But then when you haven't seen people in a long time, I get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a family reunion every year, is what it
Yeah.
was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this is sort of a reunion of sorts for us too. I mean, we're going on 2 years now, Mick. We still haven't
2
seen the man
years.
in person.
Exactly. It's quite an incredible run. We're going on our break will be during July, but it's
July.
We're looking really forward to being a part of Monster Palooza and this has been a pleasure. And look at this. We've gone through 90 minutes of this
I
show.
know, I saw that. That sucks.
I tell you, man. You know what we got to do is just have this. We don't even have to film it. Let's just go hang out some more. I mean, just some more of this stuff. I love that.
Exactly. Well, let's go around the horn and see what everybody's creating so far. So let me start with you, Jonathan. Let me cue in on you. Oh, so good. So good.
That is so cool.
It's like 9,000 times more progress than we've made.
It's tough though. It's like winging something, it's tough.
It is. It's challenging, but Jesus, that's good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
The
good.
teeth already. Jesus.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, you're good.
He's terrified. I'm terrified.
I hope, yeah.
All right, so this guy,
He's looking at
I'm never
something.
going to get the right light on him. But so what I was thinking of is, and I'll do this later. He does not. It's not the guy from Star Wars with the big teeth. What I'm doing is I'm trying to make hands in his mouth, like he's like.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know,
Oh, cool.
So he's got the Cyclops, like, but these I want to spend some time looking at what anatomy looks like, so I don't f that up. But I do want to have like his, you know, he's kind of tearing his own mouth open, like he's so scared that he's going nuts, you know. So let's see where it goes. But you know,
Looks
for now
awesome.
it's a block.
That makes
Yeah.
total
Nice.
sense.
Yeah.
Like it. Yeah.
Oh!
Dude, it's him. It's Chum Bucket guy.
Karen?
Karen?
don't give him any antennas.
Oh, I think I might. I mean, depends.
I would.
It could change. It could change
Embrace
direction
it,
at
yeah.
any moment.
Well, he wants that recipe for the Krabby Patty.
So I think that's where I'm going. It's pretty thick. I mean,
Yeah, you got a lot of depth.
know.
Yeah,
And
you got a lot of
it's-
depth in that.
These dark, yeah, and I like this, Matt. You know what I'm talking about. When sometimes you get that dark orange inside. Sometimes they're light inside. Sometimes they're dark orange. This one's real dark, so it catches the light better. So
Oh, it does. Yeah, mine's very light. Like it's almost cantaloupe, like bright. That I mean, yours looks like a nice dark cantaloupe color.
it is, yeah. But if the outside of it is all gnarly, I thought it was almost rotted. See all the spotting?
Uh-huh.
So I didn't even know what I was getting into. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
that's so weird how you guys do
Got a
that.
ways to go.
It's
Yeah.
gonna become
Certainly.
something.
I'm certainly not going to try and finish it all tonight because I do want to have a couple more pints, and that'll definitely take a turn.
Yeah.
That's
And you
another
don't-
reason why I had to quit drinking, because as soon as I started drinking, everything else stopped.
Oh, really?
Everything stopped. I wasn't creative at all. It was all about drinking.
Wow.
Like the
I
first
I feel a little bit of that sometimes. Or then when you try to
Yeah.
be creative or you try to do something that you normally can, you just can't do it.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think you're being creative. You're like, yeah, I'm killing
Oh,
it. No, you're
It's
not.
awful. Yeah, you
You
guys
see
want to
the
watch
next-
me play guitar?
yeah.
And you see it the next day, you're like, God damn, that sucks.
All of that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Well, this is where you can see more of Jonathan's work, the John
Yeah.
Fuller project. Anywhere else that we can see your work, or is this Name
I would
Instagram.
just stick to Instagram.
okay?
Yeah, if you want to see my work.
Beautiful.
Cool.
And then YouTube channel. I got a bunch of YouTube channel
Yes.
stuff up there.
yeah, you got some videos out there.
Really good.
Video that shows me sculpting a mask, from start to finish.
Mhm.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, and then a lot of just like product work, like showing like turnarounds, and so you get a nice video of it instead of just a 2D photo of it. So that's
Yeah,
kinda
some
cool.
really good stuff on your YouTube. I was going to ask you about that earlier, but and then you have a friend that films it really well as well. So it's like you get a really good in-depth view of what you do.
Yeah. That video turned out pretty well.
And your Jason Goes to Hell, I swear, I think I never saw the movie, but when it comes to what you squeezed out of in every angle, because you so expertly take pictures all the way around it and everything, it is just phenomenal. I mean,
Well, that's
You
the
know,
thing too. Who was I? I thought this feels like deja vu, but the profile, a profile of a piece is just as important as the straight on. You know what I mean?
absolutely, yeah.
That's why I try to I hate to be that guy, but a lot of people send me their work and they want you to critique it and stuff like that. But a lot of people really can't handle it, because if you're willing to learn, you're willing to take a critique, and if you're not willing to take a critique, you're really not willing to learn.
Right,
So,
I agree.
A lot of
Most
people.
Most people want validation. They don't want critiquing.
That's what the internet is. That's all
Yeah.
it is now. Validation. Like you can't. But a lot of people are sculpt way too flat. Everything's way too flat.
Yep.
And what I try to teach people is you want a lot of that ins and outs, and you want a lot of this. So
Mhm.
when you do turn it, you get all these different angles, and
Mhm.
I agree.
A lot of stuff is just really, really flat, and it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, when we do pumpkin carving and stuff, when it's that time of season, I'll stress to people, you got to push not just the front in,
Right.
You got to push the sides around, like turn it, make
Right.
sure everything's wrapping around. And then
Mhm.
eventually when you turn it, it'll be believable.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
not, and that's what takes the time. That's what people get. That's where the mental creativity, like people are like, oh, it'll only take me 2 hours. And it's like, it could take you 2 days, depending on what
exactly.
you want to do.
Why put a time limit on it?
Exactly.
You've already hindered yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's so true too, because you're constantly watching the clock or being like, oh, this is probably done at 9.
Yeah. Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, you can't abandon something only because it's taking you more time than another one has.
Right.
Exactly.
The dumbest reason ever. Just keep at
I
it.
feel like they all take a little longer now, like because just like you guys were saying, it's never really done. So why stop until you feel like the next thing you do could F it up?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If there's nothing you can see to tweak, then you're done.
Yeah, because I'll see sculptures that people do, and it's like I'll see something so simple, like a little bump in a lip, or the little separation between the bottom of your lip and then the roundness of a lip.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I'll see somebody do that really well in a sculpture, and I'll be like, that just set the piece off for me because of that time he took just to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the detail in lips is a big one with me too. You can analyze it for, I wouldn't say hours, but quite a long time,
No,
trying to figure out how it was done. Would you say ears?
Crazy.
Oh, ears are diabolical.
Yeah,
that's why I do.
So much going on in an ear.
Yeah, you can get lost in the shapes too. I know I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how the hell did he
doing the same stupid ear on everything? It's like, dude, there's so many ears out there, and I just keep doing the same dumb one that I always do because it's in my brain.
Yeah, but at least you have one. You know. At least...
Yeah, if you look at my stuff, you'd be like, dude, that ear's on all of them.
Oh shit! That's all I'm gonna do is look at the ears on his sculpts.
Yeah, like,
no way.
That's too funny.
I find myself doing my own ears on a lot of shit too. Like, because
like have a mirror with you.
Use those for reference. I'm like, oh, did I get this piece here?
Mhm.
Or did I get this?
Yeah.
Is it hanging enough? Yeah, it's like,
Oh, that's so hard. It's like a Chinese puzzle. You know what I mean? Like one fold fades into the other, and the other one wraps around the other. And it's like, wow! If you don't get it right, it's a glaring thing.
Right.
But when it is done right, like you were saying, it's like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's why. Like I try to tell people too is if you want to learn how to sculpt, try to sculpt a skull.
Yeah.
Because if you look at a skull, I mean, there is so much going on in a human skull.
Oh, yeah.
Like just how, like you were saying, how the ear just morphs into another shape, and I mean, the skull is the same way. If you look at a skull, it's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah.
There's so much going on a skull. It's crazy.
And sometimes the moment I think I have the plane right, and then I look at a skull, I'm like, oh, I just completely botched that. Everything's rolling into the next angle.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I always every few years I'll sit down and just try to sculpt a skull. You know?
Yeah, try. I'm sure you just try to sculpt the skull.
It's hard.
Yeah. Really hard.
Oh man, it seems like you make a lot of stuff that's hard.
Yeah, your buddy Ray, he did that skull.
Yeah,
I know.
That thing is retarded.
It's so damn good.
He's awesome.
So damn good.
Yeah.
You guys just get it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it. Eventually I'll go, I still don't got it.
Yeah, I still get weirded out at shows when I got people coming up to me and like, oh my God, you're John Fuller. And I'm just like, I'm no one special, man. I just been doing this for 20 years and I'm still trying to get better. You know,
You should always be trying to get better.
That's
well,
cool.
I'm going to be one of those guys, just so you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're Tom Fuller. I'm gonna say that when I see you.
Oh,
Well, Well, check us out. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. We will be back next Thursday with another Carvers and Creators. So check us out. Thank you to Jonathan Fuller for thankfully being here and filling in this week. And we wanted to have you back. And
I love it. It's so much fun just hanging out and doing this. It just, like you said, it goes by way too fast. It's way too fast.
Absolutely. So
it's one of those things where it's one of those things. Sorry, Mickey. I just it's so evident when you just talk shop and do this stuff in creative types. And again, whoever happens to be watching, I'm sure they're in the same mindset because everyone that typically watches us are carvers or creators or something, or just fans, right? But just it's for a time when it goes by like this, and we're just having this much fun. There's nothing wrong about that. And there's so many wrong things in the world. So let's just keep perpetuating this. You got to come back.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Bring me back. Just bring me back when you don't need me to bail you guys out. No, I'm playing.
I looked at it as a happy opportunity to get a good buddy of the show back. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah, I love it. It's like you guys are like family. I mean, we just met, but
we get each other. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
We'll continue the family reunion in June. How about that?
There we go. All right.
Yep.
Paul, did you have anything else that you wanted to say?
Yeah, if you're not following Jonathan by now, something's wrong with you. I mean, seriously, the guy's unlievable. And happy St. Patrick's Day. That's what I want.
Yeah.
It's
awesome. I didn't even get any cabbage and
corned beef and cabbage. Yeah.
Hey, I had Irish tacos.
What is that?
What is that? Potato?
Tacos, and she just said Irish in front of it. No, I get that this weekend. It's hard on a weeknight. We'll have it over the weekend.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And tomorrow night I go see the Dropkick Murphys.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
We'll make it a true Boston Irish holiday.
There you go.
Sounds good. All right, everyone. So we'll see you next Thursday with another Carvers and Creators. Good night, everyone. Take care. Thank you.
Not everybody.